Lunch with the boys. My name is Cody, and I am joined by,
Jordan.
and we're here to talk about some really quick and easy tips for getting your small business ranking better on Google that you can do today, right now, in this moment. But uh, I got to get a message typed out. I got to do all of our intro stuff real quick.
Yeah,
How are you doing, Jordan?
I'm doing pretty well. Cody. So I was getting ready to say this. I was almost late here to this. A buddy of mine called me and was like, "Hey, you know him. He's getting a divorce, and I
Yeah.
won't go too into a lot of things, but his divorce was officially finalized. It's
Oh.
all through, and he's pretty much winning the divorce. Like a lot of the debt that he was about to thinking he was going to have to split, he's
Mhm.
not going to have to, and he's pretty excited. And I think
Heck yeah.
he's trying to buy me Texas de Brazil today to celebrate. so,
Oh my
so,
goodness.
so I am excited for that.
Texas Day Brazil, man. Oh, I I've not been to the new location. We've talked about going. We need to get it in the books. In all honesty, if
I've
you do
only
go,
ever
you're
done
gonna have to tell me
the
how it
Fogo
is.
de Chao that we did in Nashville. That was the first time I've ever had something like that. And so like now I'm like, yeah, let's go get it, dude.
Back to back
Especially like
twice.
two free Brazilian steak dinners in the course of a month, dude. That's winning in my book.
It's winning at life. It's called luck and skill and joy, just being a part of the goodness in society. Oh, okay. Got the messages out, got all the invites going. I've been tempted to mess with my webcam setup because I feel like I'm almost a little bit too low in my seat sometimes.
Sometimes
But
I feel like you're a little low, but I also think sometimes I'm a little high in mine.
we
I,
work on
I
them. We work
also
on them.
I think I sit way closer. Like my monitor is like so close to me because like I'm on an L-shaped desk that is a cheaper L-shaped desk that's kind of skinny. So like
Yeah,
everything is very close.
everything's very close. I've been tempted to get an L-shaped desk. I'm very limited on space. I have guest bedroom vibe going on in my extra office room here, so got to have that extra space, got to make sure that there's room for someone to come and visit if needed. But I wanted to dive in. We have a pretty focused show. I'm spot on because I wanted to provide some actual value to people. I wanted to be able to kind of clip farm this, get some really good hot takes going for some of the shorts, because we've been noticing the shorts kind of blowing up. I mean, not blowing up, quote unquote, but we're getting views.
Yeah,
That's pretty sick.
they're doing better than the long form content. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, and I feel like committing to watch a full hour long podcast is
It's a lot.
a little bit aggressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my whole idea, the whole process, basically what I wanted to go through was introducing you as the audience to who we are. We are Good Rep. We're a small business marketing agency. We help small businesses get ranked on Google. And I kind of just wanted to go back and forth and talk about some of the things that, if you are a small business owner, if you own a small business, you can go do these things right now while you're listening to us talk. And you can kind of osmosis take in what we're saying, because there's actionable steps and then there's the thought process behind those actionable steps. And getting into that kind of marketing mindset, I think, is pretty important.
Yeah.
That said, um, if you're a local business and you depend on local customers, if you want someone to walk in, if you provide a service, if you do that, this is going to be helpful for you.
Can you hear
I hope.
Can you hear the lawnmower out my window?
No, I can't hear the lawnmower.
You can or can't?
No, I don't hear a lawnmower.
Okay.
Is it the all-encompassing sound that you were hearing before?
Yeah, like it's so distracting right now. Like, but if I close that window, I'm gonna start sweating.
Oh, it happens. It happens. Well, thankfully, you have a good enough mic that it's not going bad at all. Which
Yeah.
I will say, I've been kind of. I know I just upgraded my mic, but I've been thinking about getting an actual DSLR. I think it's called an actual high sound quality mic.
As I say, DSLRs are cameras, but
Well, okay, maybe what's the special sound plugin that you can
I
get?
think I know it. I know what you're saying. I know what you're talking about. Like
You
the
know
one
what I'm referencing. I just don't know what
yeah,
it's
that
called.
has like the little box in it, basically that like it runs. Yeah, I know what you're saying. A DSLR is like a camera that like has like a removable lens that you can like take the lens off and on.
Okay. Don't know where that came from. Don't know
Yeah.
where I got that
I
idea.
mean, I bet there's probably DSLR webcams out there, maybe like when
Really,
you're looking at
really
it.
fancy webcams that we're going
Or
to be upgrading.
I'm gonna laugh so hard when I go look and I'm like, oh wait, no, I'm thinking of something different, and like DSLR is gonna be what you're talking about. And
Oh, that would be hilarious.
now I'm curious. Now I gotta look it up.
Well, while you
Yeah, it's a
Google
camera.
that, while you
It's a
look
camera.
that up,
I'm right.
yeah, you're like immediately. I'm factually correct. But awesome. Okay, so I wanted to start by talking about how small businesses rank on Google and how Google kind of looks at your small business, because understanding how, like, the tails, like the tells, what Google looks at, what Google recognizes, I think really informs what you should be doing.
Yeah.
So, for example, when you Google something, I think this is the easiest one to start off with, and it's local, you're Googling near me, Google focuses on where you're standing. So if you're closer to where that person's standing, you're more likely to show up higher.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think that's relatively straightforward. That makes sense.
That does. Yeah. The location based, like geolocation.
Yeah.
Is a big
So
thing it considers right away.
with that said, that means you want Google to recognize where your business is. And so I was actually doing some research earlier. And this is for anyone who runs a service-based business. If you want your customer to be Googling facials near me, bar near me, restaurant near me, anything like that, you need your name, address, and phone number correct on all of your profiles. I was doing some research and I noticed that when people are using AI or they're using like these AI searches, sometimes AI won't pull from your Google business profile. It's going to pull from like Yelp, or it'll pull from other business listings that might be incorrect. And so it might give an incorrect address.
Yeah.
And that's just AI not being all the way there yet. But that also just shows that you're confusing people. You're confusing Google. You're confusing, Copilot or whatever Google's
like
AI
you don't
is.
even have to think of it as like AI not being all the way there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a human being would get confused seeing 3 phone numbers, like you'll
Yes.
confuse anybody.
Yeah. And so I very specifically, I was walking down the street the other day, and I wanted to like search for like a nearby card shop or a nearby like game store or something like that. And I searched, and there was one that was like a block and a half over. It's like, cool, I'm gonna go stop by while Cassidy got her haircut or something like that. Walked over, wasn't there, closed down. It'd been closed for a year and a half. It moved locations. It just had an old listing. The AI like filled in top of the search when I Googled it that had the address and all of that, pulled from like an old Yelp listing. And it was the most annoying thing in the world. But that's just one of those things where it's like, hey, if you're in the local area and you're Googling something locally, you want to make sure that people know where you're at. And you want to make sure it's consistent across everything that you've got.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely.
Now, what are some other quick wins that you can think of that, okay, you're sitting here, you're a business owner. Do you have any big ones? What's your name, address, phone? You're doing your Google business profile probably first, right?
From Google business profile, it's a little harder for me because I'm on the website side of things. I don't manage the GBPs, but
Oh, I'll hit websites.
Images for I'm sticking to the Google business profile at first. Images are big. Images are going to be really big for your business. They're going to help it stand out. They're going to like help legitimize it. I said that word again. I said that last time. Legitimize. Yeah, legitimize is better. I like legitimize. You legitimize your business by putting photos of it, especially if it's a brick and mortar business or anything like that. Google, that goes a long way with Google verifying your business. Again, if you're brick and mortar, you're going to also need to verify your location. I know we talked about like the near me and everything like that. You have to verify your location and your address. That's going to be a big one for your Google business profile. Now, I know we're talking about things you can do right now, and that is going to be a process that's going to take a little bit of time. They're going to send you out a postcard, and then you're going to take that postcard and use that to verify that you actually received something at that address. So that takes a little bit of time, but the process of getting that postcard sent, you could be doing right now.
Yeah. And I'm over here like, okay, so if you're a small business owner, you're listening to this, Go log into your Google business profile. Go log into your whatever your login is for all of your admin notices. If you're a small business owner, usually this is your Gmail. You got it associated with your brand or something like that. Log in, go to your Google business profile. It's going to be in the top right. And if you Google business profile, you'll have something to click on and you should be able to navigate it from there. Get to it and just make sure all of your information is correct. Go through literally every single box on your Google business profile and make sure that it's all correct. If you have a box that's not filled in, that's information that Google doesn't have about your business. And I think this is just a mindset shift more than anything else, because I feel like a lot of people are like, hey, so I have my, for example, service area is a big one. I have my main service area, but I have all of these surrounding like locations, boroughs, neighborhoods. Like this is a nearby city. I always think of it because if you're from a big city, you always say you're from that big city, even though you're 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I talk to, you know, I'm from Granville, but I always say I'm from Grand Rapids because it's right there. And
Yeah.
if you're from Granville, Jenison, Wyoming, Greenville, Rockford, even, you're going to say that you're from Grand Rapids because we're all
Yes.
in the surrounding areas.
I saw a T-shirt one time that someone had a shirt that said Detroit-ish, and I was like, I love that. I love
Pretty
that so
much.
much. I was like, I need that shirt.
And I think there was that famous stand-up comedian bit that went around, made the like rums on short form content, where he was like, "I'm from Detroit," and they called out, "Oh yeah, what was it, Farmington Hills or whatever?" Like what's the hoity-toity Detroit district?
There's
I
a
don't
couple
know enough
different
about
areas
Detroit.
all around. There's a couple hoity-toity areas all around, but
Yeah, but they named it and they're like, "You're from this," and he was like, "Yeah, but that don't matter. It's not technically Detroit. It's the
yeah, yeah,
hoity-toity section of Detroit." And so, with that said, I feel like a lot of small businesses go in there for your service area, list all of those. If someone would drive the 15 minutes from Granville into Grand Rapids to go get your service, do it. If someone would drive 30 minutes to go get your service, do it. Now, don't be absurd. If a place is an hour and a half away, they're not going to drive out there to get a, massage or a facial or any type of service.
yeah,
But if you're like a lawn care company and you travel an hour away, definitely list that. List all the boroughs and all the areas that you can go.
yeah.
And I feel like that's just one of the easy ones, because a lot of small business owners, when they're getting into their Google business profile, they're like, "Well, I service Grand Rapids, and so if you're in Grand Rapids, that's what I do."
So,
And they
so
don't
it's
take that
important
next step.
to recognize when like you service areas and when you are just in an area. Like an ice cream store, isn't going
Yeah.
to be like we service all the areas around us. You might still pick some of the local cities, like one town over, kind of just to kind of spread out. But like, really, you're not like we're not going to come deliver you ice cream 2
Well,
cities
no, it's not
over.
even about deliver. It's if someone would drive that far to go get your food. So, for example, you're like talking about Texas de Brazil earlier. Texas de Brazil is opening in the center of like Grand Rapids. I would expect Texas de Brazil to list Granville as one of their service areas, because I, being in Granville, will 100% drive the 20
Yeah,
minutes to go to Texas de Brazil. And I expect that they probably list everything around here as service areas. And if they're not, I would argue that that's a mistake,
yeah,
at least in my opinion. And I will say that there's been some talk. I've talked to a couple of different like SEOs, people who've done some like local search, and you don't want to stuff. You don't want to go too hard and like list. If you're listing every single neighborhood and you have 20 different listings and you're a single person business, it's too much. You're
yeah,
you're stuffing at that point. But if you're, a massage therapist, you have a brand and you're listing out your main city and like the 5 surrounding cities that are all
yeah,
within 15, 30 minutes, that's doable. That's realistic because people will come from those areas.
yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That's good advice, Cody.
Well, and I notice it because our massage therapy client is actually ranking really well for Granville,
Yeah,
because another one of those things, and this goes on beyond the Google business profile. This is, hey, if you own your website and you're working on your website, have service pages and have service area pages. So then when you have that service area listed, you're a massage therapist based in Grand Rapids, for example, you can list out, hey, massage therapy services in Granville as well. Have a service page dedicated to that for someone who's searching in specifically Granville for them to land on. Now they have a landing page. They have some information about massage therapy in their specific area. And that's a little bit more on your wheelhouse. I know I've had you go through and make a lot of different service pages.
Yeah, I mean, but like you need to have a service page for every service that you provide. Like our massage client, that's a great example of it. Last week I messaged you like, hey, I just like searched like yeah, we're not ranking for like massage near me as well as we'd hope, but like hot stone massage near me, we were like number 2, like
Yeah.
or 2 or 3, and it was like that's dope. So if someone is looking for that particular massage, there's a good chance that we're gonna get them. We might be able to bring someone in with that, and
Well,
that's
and
exciting.
this goes in another like comparison between like the Google business profile and filling in every single blank on your Google business profile. List all of your services on your
Mm.
Google business profile, every single service, because that's going to be where Google checks first. So obviously when you have a website, you have a sitemap associated with your website.
Yeah.
The sitemap is basically a top down view of like, hey, you have your homepage. Underneath your homepage you have your category pages, you have your service pages, you have your location pages, you have your about us. It's like one of those what are they called, organizational charts almost, where it has like the president at the top and then it goes down, it's like all the VPs or the
Yeah,
board.
I mean, like I've also heard though, like so when we say sitemap, we're thinking XML website sitemaps, but I've also heard that like those type of charts, those org charts, are just also called sitemaps. Like not
Yeah,
like a website map, they're just sitemaps.
yeah, it's literally just mapping how things work out and are related to each other.
yeah,
So when you build out a website and on your sitemap you want to make sure
flow
that you have
chart.
all, what's that?
Flowchart, is that might be the actual term for them? Now that I'm thinking about it,
It might be. Now I'm like Google it. We're googling terminology here, and this is what we do.
this is what we do. When we're not sure, we look at things. I Google search flowchart. I go to images. I'm seeing a lot of it. I think
You're seeing that exact thing.
I'm seeing that
Yeah. Okay.
exact thing.
So flowcharts. That's kind of what we're here for. Is we're here for the flowchart aspect of things. But when you tell Google, you upload to Google Search Console, like you've created your website, you've added Google Analytics and Google Search Console. These are two of the basic plugins for most websites to make sure that Google recognizes your website. First of all, Search Console is like, hey, here's my website, Google, crawl it. And then Analytics lets you know how many people visit your site and some really cool stats on the back end.
Yeah.
But with Search Console,
So
go ahead.
analytics aren't going to make your site like SEO
No,
rank any better, but they're going to give you the information you need to target things to make you rank better.
yes, they're the two, I would say, easiest ways to start, mainly because they've got a lot of information and there's just a lot of resources out there to help you understand them.
Yes.
But that Search Console, you're going to upload like a sitemap that says, hey, here's my whole website, here's all of my services, here's all of my pages. Google will reference that, but Google is also going to reference all of the services on your Google business profile, and you want those to match. You
Yeah.
want those two things to look the same. And this is where the NAP information becomes really important, the name, address, phone, because it's not just name, address, and phone, it is all of your information. The
Yeah.
more consistency you have across the web, the more integrity, the more authority you're going to have. If
Yeah.
your services are listed differently, I mean, hell, think of it like you're a customer. Like if I'm gonna go to get a service and I look on your website and it lists this a one price, I go in and I look at the menu and it lists a different price, I'm gonna be upset. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't look good to me.
Yeah. No, like you need to be consistent. You like it's almost like, when you get like a waiter who doesn't know, like, it's
Mm,
like, like, oh, I'm not sure, like that might like maybe it costs this, maybe it costs that. Let me go ask. And it's like, well, like, this, like you're representing this, you're kind of supposed to know that type of mentality, and it's like the same for your website where it's like, well, the website is representing your brand. That needs to know and that needs to be accurate, like without
yeah.
having to dive deeper into it.
Yeah. And it's you recognizing that your customer base, especially when you're local, your customer base is going to use a lot of different resources to look you up. Um, we mentioned Google because Google's the biggest one. The thing is, it is 90 whatever percent of searches go through Google. Like it's an actual absurd amount of searches, and it's slowly going down. There are other things like ranking high on TikTok and going viral on like YouTube are a little bit different. I mean, mind you, YouTube is also just Google, but you want to be able to rank highly on all of the different citation software. because if I'm like searching local, they might search Yelp, they might search Apple Maps, they might search Bing, they might search, I'm trying to think of other random search engines that people have used because I've used like,
Yahoo, Ask Jeeves.
yeah, Ask Jeeves. There's that whole Ask. There was it's not Opus, Opera.
Opera.
Opera had its own like search
Is
system.
Opera an actual browser, or or it's a web browser? Is it a search engine?
I think it
What?
had search on top of it because that's part of how its monetization was it helped like through monetized search. And then there's like AI search with Perplexity,
Yeah.
which
I
you
wonder.
want your information to be the same, name, address, phone, make sure that they're all accurate. And it all comes back to the idea of, if Google gives you an option to provide them with information, provide them with that information. And it includes pictures. You want to include pictures. Be a
Yeah,
person, be a
absolutely.
building.
And try not to include any skin. Not don't even have a
Oh,
square inch of skin in those photos. Apparently,
dude, Google, man.
Google has
That's the
fought
most
us so hard
frustrating
on
thing.
like our massage and skincare companies. Like we post pictures to our Google business profile of like a massage happening. Like it's like someone's arm is like all you see, but then it's like, whoa, that's too much skin. Can't post that.
Which is somewhat fascinating because there's got to be a way
Because other
to,
brands have it. You go
yeah.
look at other brands and they have them up, and I'm like, what did you do to get that up there? And like we've tried to figure that out, and we've never been able to. And I think once we can get past that, we're gonna see a lot of improvement in those two brands.
Well, and I'd
On
be
that
super curious about how to get that going. And so maybe that's something we should dive into a little bit more, talk to the Google rep a little bit more in depth.
yeah,
But regardless, what this kind of boils down to is, if you're a small business owner, go out there, get logged into your Google business profile and fill everything out. Update it. Because it's worth noting, just like a customer, if I'm a customer and I want to go, I'm trying to think of other options because we always go back to the same couple of businesses. But if I'm like, hey, I want to get my car painted, uh I'm gonna Google your business and I'm gonna look at some of your socials. I want to see some of the work that you've done. I'm thinking of like nail techs now and like hairstylists, because they also rely a lot on like Instagram, tattoo
yeah,
artists, where you want to see options in some of their previous work. Now, if I go to your socials, if I go to your site and I haven't seen any updates, there's no there's nothing to reference. Hey, it's October. Halloween's in 2 weeks. Hey, it's fall. If there's no seasonality change, if there's no recent posting history, if there's no activity, I'm going to deprioritize you. I'm
yeah.
not going to go and get a tattoo from an artist that hasn't uploaded anything to their Instagram in the past year. Like, that's just not where I'm at as a customer. And maybe that's different for different customers, but generally, Jordan, am I insane for thinking that's normal?
No, I think that's pretty normal. Like
Okay.
you want to know that they're active because like it's peace of mind, you know. Like if you're driving somewhere and you're not even sure that they're like gonna be there because like you haven't seen them make a post on any of their social medias or anything, you know, like you show up like that card shop you talked about, you know, you
Yep.
show up there and all of a sudden now it's closed. It's been closed for a year now, and it's like, oh, this is still listed, but I should have known better because they didn't make any posts on social media.
Well, yeah, and even then, like, that gives you an opportunity to go in and make an announcement on your website of, "Hey, we've moved locations." Like, there's so much that you can genuinely do with that type of
Yeah, like
communication.
any time you have something new happening with your company is a fantastic time to make a post. Moving locations, hiring a new employee, a new special, a new massage,
Yeah.
you know, any like really anything you're doing. Like if you just have a life update, it like the owner is having a birthday, you know, you post that, you know, little
Well,
things like that to just get engagement happening.
be human too. Like,
Exactly.
you say that, and I'm here for that. Reference some employees. Like, there's a different layer here, because if you're a single person, like, you own your business and you're the face of your business. Yeah. Hey, it's my birthday. This is what's going on. Hey, this is what I'm feeling, and I'm offering a little bit of a discount. You can be a little bit more personal. If you're working with like a brand and you've got, if you're a lawn care company and you've got a car, ten guys working trucks for you, stuff like that, you're in a little bit of a different spot. But highlight your employees then.
I was
Do
gonna say,
the thing, but from a brand perspective
even
of,
if
hey,
you
it's
are like
this.
a CEO, that like a faceless CEO, I still would think it's cool to be like, hey, here's a highlight post. Like he's not the face of our business, but here's the face behind our business.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Like, and then like it's his birthday, so we wanted to highlight him. We wanted to celebrate our owner and say thank you to our owner, you know, make it look like it's all internal. It's the people on the social teams wanting to say thank you to the owner, even if the owner had nothing to fucking do with it. You know, like, you know, just kind of get it going. Like, I don't know, like I said, you just drive engagement, and like you said, you look human, you look real, and people will want to work with you.
And what that translates to realistically on a do this right now level, go schedule out posts on your Google business profile for the next month. Next 2 months if you can. Go get posts going. Once a week, twice a week probably max. The stats, all the stats that I've ever read talk about posting at least once a week, keeping an update, going in and kind of refreshing things. So
Okay.
Google wants to see movement. They want to see activity. They want to see people going and clicking on your profile. They want to see that you're updating and you care. Because if you're going to update your profile, Google is going to look at it and be like, oh, they updated it. Let's look again. Let's
Yeah.
look again because they're updating it every single week. Let's look again. Let's look again. And you're looking consistent and good. And if you're Google, that's what you want to see. You're going to promote the business that's consistently updating and doing good work.
That goes one step further, even beyond your Google business profile. That's something that applies to your website as well,
Yeah.
especially once you have your sitemap up for Google to look at your website. You can put in like a change frequency into your sitemap that will basically tell it like daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, how often do I go in here and change this, and that will help Google kind of know like, oh, this site should be getting like a daily update, like new blog posts posted to this page, so it's changing a little bit every single day. Now, if you use something like Yoast on WordPress, you don't get as hands-on with like that side of the sitemap. So it's tough for me to say like really, because like most everything we're doing with Yoast, and we're not generating our own sitemaps. But my Friday gig, I make sitemaps for like what I'm doing over there.
Mhm.
And I've learned a little bit about that. Like, not only is it like, hey, here's all the links in our website, here is the change frequency as well as the priority. Like, you can prioritize pages in your sitemap so that Google will know like, oh, this is an important page, this is a lesser important page.
Yeah. And I think that's really important to have those type of references because if you're so we've talked about creating like pillar content. If you are going to create a new service and you want to create that service page, promote it. It's a high priority page. Like it should be promoted. Now, I think we're getting a little bit granular. These are
Yeah, like we're supposed to
obviously
be doing things you could do right here, right now.
but yeah, I think it's worth going over because it's the mindset behind the changes and it's the understanding like, hey, we can talk about all these changes. I'm telling you to go make sure that your Google business profile is updated because you can go do that right now. Go update your website if you can as well. But this is where having a marketing agency just becomes very useful because there's a very big checklist. We've hardly gotten into it. We've been here for 30 minutes kind of going over check out this, look at this, make sure you're doing this. And we're not done. We're not even remotely close to done. There are a lot of different things to go over. Um, and you're a small business owner. So if you have trouble with these issues, if you have trouble with SEO, with local ranking, with updating your services, you don't want to be posting on socials all the time. Reach out. We're Good Rep Media. We're a small business marketing agency. We help small businesses get ranked on Google. We help them fill in their name, address, phone number on all of their listings. We can push all of your citations and fix them for you easily, quickly, no problem. So reach out, schedule a meeting, goodrep.media. Come check out our website, come check out some of our work, and we would love to chat with you. Now, hopefully, we can get that clip. That's an Opus clip right there. I was working
Hopefully,
on it.
hopefully,
But
clip that. Hold on, mark clip, boom.
with that said, realistically, we are a marketing agency. These are things you can do all of this yourself. We're not doing anything too terribly crazy special. And I think that's one of the like realizations people might have or might not have where it's, hey, you can go get all of this information online. You can
Yeah.
go do it. Will
I mean,
you?
that's where we got all the information from. You
Exactly.
know,
But the
like,
question is, will you? Can
yeah.
you? Do you have the mental capacity to kind of dive into all of these different topics, all of these different problems, and figure them out?
And it's a lot. It
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 is.
is a lot, but it's one of the, like most things in life are. and you tackle it the same way that you're going to tackle anything else that you don't know about. You're going to do it one step at a time. And once those feet start moving, it becomes a lot easier to keep them moving.
Yeah. And it's also, like I said, it's a mindset shift more than anything. Recognizing, okay, so hey, Google business profile is really important. I'm going to fill out all of this information. You go in and you do that the first time, and you're like, wait, wait, wait. So I did that for Google, but like Apple Maps exists. A lot of people have iPhones, and a lot of people like search for businesses on Apple Maps, right? So like, what's my Apple Maps? Am I on Apple Maps? But what about Bing? What about Yelp? What about all of these other citations and directories? And you can do the exact same thing that you're doing with your Google business profile, going in, claiming, manually updating those, or you can have someone do it for you. Because, like we've mentioned, if you're going to go in and update your Google business profile with new information, make sure all your services are listed. You're going to want to do that for every single citation service out there. And I want to let you know that there are hundreds, actually
Yeah.
hundreds, and
Yeah.
all of those act as backlinks. So you want all of them.
Yep. Now,
Not to overwhelm people or
yeah,
anything.
like and you're absolutely right. You do want every one of them, although like it's a long process to get every one of them. So start by prioritizing. If you are going to do it yourself and you're not going to come to us or any other marketing agency to do it, and you're going to do it yourself, prioritize by your industry, or by reputation. So like the bigger things, the yellow books, or yellow pages, and like bigger things like that are going to encompass all industries. You can target them right away. You can also then, like, if you have directories, like I know if you are in industrial manufacturing, I know that there are like websites for industrial quick parts that you can like get your site listed on to get backlinks. There's tons of things, but you want to make sure that it's a credible source that you're doing. Don't just do anything, because backlinks can hurt you. They definitely can hurt you if they are coming from toxic websites. So
And one
you
of
want to
the
make sure
issues,
credible,
sorry,
untoxic, and then also pertinent or pertaining to your company.
yeah, it's backlinks are very important. Backlinks are difficult because a lot of people offer backlinks. A lot of people will be like, we can get you a ton of backlinks. And they're farms. They are
Yeah.
not great situations to be in. You are getting backlinks from just irrelevant sources. And especially for local, those are not very helpful.
Yeah.
You, especially in local, you want the Chamber of Commerce. You want the Chamber of Commerce to link to you. You want local resources and newspapers to link to you. You
Yeah.
want local businesses other than yourself to link to you. You want that local nonprofit. You want to partner with the local, food bank. You want to partner with the local groups, the local businesses to do things together and get those local backlinks. And now obviously there are big backlinks that you can get from websites that are out there that will help you, but when you're working locally, those local links more than anything I think provide the most value. Like for example, if you're googling for massage therapist, the backlink from a local health clinic is going to be worth a lot more than the random backlink from the pizza shop in a
Yeah.
different city, you
Yes.
know.
Exactly. Like, so my Friday gig, we run into like what I've been doing recently is we have like a lot of toxic sites that they just bought these old established websites that were basically nothing. Like they were already like not good websites, but they were established and around for a long time. And then they added a quote unquote site-map to these, which were just link farms to all of their websites, to all of their pages and all of their things. And I think it worked for them a long time ago, but now it's negatively impacting them because all of those sites are so toxic. So what I have been doing recently is I have basically been creating pages to just like interlink within them, because one of the guys, I don't know what research he's done, but he's like, yeah, I've done the math. If we can create X amount of internal links within the website, it kind of off puts some of the toxicity from pushing out links to external site. I don't know. It was a whole thing. He gave me the math, he gave me the numbers, and he's like, I need you to go create 150 web pages for this site. And like, so I just have Chat GPT just print out like HTML for it, and I just throw it in there. They're trash sites, they're trash pages, and we know that. But like the point is to like water down those backlinks to make them less toxic, because the owner's like, he doesn't want to just burn them.
Oh my goodness. And see, that's getting into some real crazy, like they did some gray hat stuff 20 years ago, 15, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It worked for a little while and now it's not working. And so they're trying to,
Scramble to fix it. So like they want to like save it. They want it to still have some juice to it. And like me and the guy are sitting here like, this is crazy, bro. Burn these websites immediately. But hey, you know, it's paid me the past 4 weeks.
yeah, I mean, if it's making money, it's making money. Like at the end of the day, that happens. But at the same time, I'm over here wondering, you end up in some crazy scenarios with people figuring a lot of stuff out. And so I'm imagining a scenario where they had a general idea and then they were doing some weird crap. More than anything else, that weird crap is just not going to be beneficial for you if you're a small
No.
business. Like maybe if you're doing something crazy where you're trying to link farm, and I know you've told me a little bit about this company that you work for, but
Yeah, do
the
you
more
want
you
to see one
talk
of,
about them, they just do
do you
crazy
want to
crap.
see one of the websites really quick? Do you want to just hurry up and jump over there and see the site that I did last Friday?
We'll take a look after we hop out of here because I think
Okay.
that's a little not for what's on the podcast. But uh, I'd be super curious because when you're getting into those types of websites and you're link farming and you're building out really shitty websites, that's not what you're doing. If you're a small business owner, none of this is relevant for you
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it does
Don't do
not matter.
anything that I
Don't
just said.
listen to any of
Take that
this.
as a bad example.
Yeah, this doesn't help. They're literally trying to solve a problem because they got all of their shit blacklisted multiple
Yeah,
times. Like this is not a great scenario. They've made money, but a lot of shitty things make money.
yeah.
So it is kind of
Very true.
it is what it
Very,
is, you know.
very true.
But anyways, we talked about some like schema stuff, consistency, backlinks, geotagging. You're local, so make sure all of your stuff is local when you're uploading like pictures and stuff like that. I think this is obvious, but I remember we had one guy who was sending us a bunch of pictures to put on his site, and it was a bunch of stuff from Google. And I'm like, hey, go take some pictures of your business. Don't just pull pictures that you found on Google of your site. Like it it was specifically for the Google business profile, and it was pictures of the leasing front picture of like the
Yeah.
location before they put their sign up. And he's like, "Yeah, I just pulled it from the previous location." I'm like, "No,
No, like
go
we
take
need
a
a picture. Yeah,
go
like
take a
we need
picture."
the problem is like if you take it off Google, it's gonna have like metadata attached to it that's telling it that this was taken from Google. And then Google's gonna be like, this isn't a legit photo. Like you aren't giving us new legit content.
Yeah, and it is very simple to go out there and take a photo. And it's I feel really bad because a lot of this is a lot of what our advice for small businesses is very straightforward, logical things that you can go do right now. Go make sure your name is correct. It is easy. At the same time, because it is so easy, it becomes a lot more simple to forget, fall off, be a little bit too lazy, and be like, it doesn't matter that much. I can finish this later. I really need to just sit down and like fill out all these services. It's copy and paste. It doesn't matter. It matters.
Yeah,
I'm here to tell you that it matters so much more than you think that you get all of this type of stuff done.
yeah.
But it
I
is just so
want
easy to fall off.
another thing that you need to, something that like I've recently learned more about, and like I talked about it last week, I think on the pod, where it was something I wanted to learn more, and I have learned more. I haven't implemented it yet, but your schema should also have like your phone number and stuff implemented into that, because that helps Google know this is the company's phone number.
Yeah.
Almost more than just having your phone number listed on like the front end of your HTML website, like having it in the schema tells it more that it's accurate.
Yeah.
And this is something that you can do right away. This is like a do it here and now if you have access to the website, because it's almost just like doing the sitemap, where you can go generate a sitemap in minutes and you'll have it up and ready to go through Yoast. Yoast will also let you go page to page and do preset schemas that won't have as close or as in depth of information. Like you won't be able to pick your phone number and stuff, but you can still tell it, hey, this is a service page. Hey, this is my home page. Hey, this is, a location page. That way, like it at least kind of knows more of what each page type is. And then once you start learning more on that and learn how to input it on your own, then you can do like brand name, and then you can put that into the schema. Brand phone number, you can put that into the schema and stuff like that.
Yeah. Basically, you want to be providing enough signals to Google to recognize your business and what your pages are for. Your homepage should reference your city, your state, your phone, getting your address, name, phone, all in there.
Yeah, I think
Phenomenal.
saying sending enough signal like that, I think that's a great way of saying it. Just like communicate to Google in as many locations and in as many ways as possible the information about your business or brand.
Yeah. And it's awesome. Like once you start getting all of those signals pointing in the same direction, Google will recognize it and start ranking your site.
And it
It
becomes
is
like a fun little month there, because like the fun thing about SEO is like the fact that it doesn't happen all at once. That it's like a
no.
little bit here, a little bit more, a little bit more. So you get like a week to a month of just watching you go up into the right every single day. It's like a little reward.
Well, and it's crazy because I feel like I see a lot of different content because we're in this space where it's hey, make this one change and get ranked in 30 days, blah 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 blah. I'm here to tell you that all of those get ranked quickly things are probably not scams, but it's not as easy as do one thing because it's not do one thing, it's do a bunch of little things.
Yes.
There's no here's the 1, 2, 3 and you're done. It's here's 1 through 20 and each of these is going to take you 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you're doing a lot of little changes to see an incremental advancement because those little changes come together to create a really big changed whole. And
Yeah.
more than anything else, you want to show consistent updates. Like you want to make those little changes because that shows Google that you care.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I mean, all SEO is literally just trying to better communicate and game Google. And
Yeah.
it is
And I find it hilarious that it's all targeted straight at Google. Like there are other search engines out there, but like nobody is doing SEO for those.
well,
It's
and
like
it,
those will just be byproducts. It's like we want to rank as best we can on Google, and if we do well on Google, we're probably doing well on these other ones.
and it's funny because it is somewhat true. I have talked to a few different like SEOs who specifically have focused on like Bing as an example, and they've been like, "Yeah, we're number one on Bing, and that's great. We can't be number one on Google, but we did it on Bing, and so it works for us." And so there is a good like path there
You just trying to
for
corner the Yahoo
monetizing. Like
market.
it is worth carrying, like possibly
Yeah.
depending on your vertical, but there's just so much more for Google. It is so much more focused.
Let's
And
let's
if
just
you're doing well on Google, like you said, chances are you're doing well on the others as well.
yeah, let's just go ahead and corner the Yahoo market. Let's just stop trying for Google. Is there a Yahoo business profile?
Well, it's funny. So with YouTube, so YouTube has its own search engine, and we did some research into like the size of different search engines at one point. And YouTube is like the second most used search engine outside of Google.
I mean, that makes sense, but like the thing is like what you're looking for on YouTube is you're looking for a video all the time. You're not like
Yeah.
searching for everything,
Yeah,
whereas
it's a
like
it's a
Google, it's
lot
like you look
it's a
for a
lot different.
recipe.
But I'm more so am getting at the idea of there are these different search engines and the big ones that are out there, even like the biggest ones, like I'm pretty sure YouTube is bigger than Bing, which is
Yeah.
crazy. But optimizing for YouTube is its whole thing. Optimizing for YouTube search when you upload a video, like that, there's a whole process. There's thumbnail art tutorials, everything
YouTube.
that goes into ranking specifically on YouTube, just like there is specifically for ranking on Google. I'm sure there are people
And
out there whose whole
so
thing is ranking on Yahoo and ranking on Bing.
yeah, Google, when you search, like, say you're looking for a video and you search it on Google, it will give you YouTube results on Google. Do you think Google queries and searches YouTube on its own at all?
Yeah,
Like that, and that like counts towards it. So like when I search like I don't know, like some video like Lions football highlights, and then like it comes up and here's 3 videos from YouTube on Google. Was that just a YouTube search? Like does my Google search play into YouTube search counts?
I think one, those are impressions. 100% those count as impressions for your like YouTube video.
Yeah.
When you buy ads on a YouTube video or something like that, or you promote a YouTube video, those would be impressions, and clicks from that would 100% count. I have to assume. It
Yeah.
might be that
But I'm just curious if I Google search like Lions versus Browns highlights, and then like it comes up and there's a video there. Like, did that also count as a YouTube search? Like did YouTube, like I searched it on Google, but they also gave me YouTube results. Did YouTube's search engine also get a search technically from that? Because like you're sitting here saying like Google's the biggest one, then YouTube is the second biggest. And I'm like, is there any crossover there? Does like a Google search also give you a YouTube search when it gives you video results?
Yeah, Google and YouTube are the same company. So
yeah, I know. I get that.
They 100%.
I'm just saying from a statistical viewpoint. Like
Yeah.
Google has 12 billion searches a day. Whatever. I'm just saying a number. Yahoo has 10. Right? Are some of those some of those Google ones also YouTube ones? You know what I'm saying? Like, did some of the times I searched on Google also credit YouTube with a search?
I would assume so. Yes.
Yeah.
But also, I want it to be known. I'm actually super curious. I want to like do some research into this, because the whole YouTube being like one of the big search engines. I remember seeing it in yeah, okay. I immediately Googled it and I found it in Search Engine Journal. It's from last year around this time. So maybe I'll have Sam share that out, because I'd be super curious to see anyone's thoughts on that.
That'd be a cool good rep post.
Yeah. But I wonder if this is from a different time of YouTube. I'll have to read through the article, double check again. But
we should do like a weekly tip post where like we have Emily like whip up like a small business tips, like just like tip of the week or something like that, and then just do like on our Insta and stuff like that, little posts like that, like every Friday or something.
I'd be down for something like that. There's definitely options out there for that type of content, and it's definitely something
we need like some type of themed, consistent posts.
Yeah,
like some type of like we talked about segments on live. We almost need like segmented posts. Where it's like this is our weekly tip of the week or something like that.
Yeah. See, and I'm 100% here for that, because honestly, we just need some more, I think, personality in our posts. I still want to see your triple crust pizza.
Yeah. I'll whip up a new one soon. I'll whip up another one here, maybe next week.
All right. Well, hey, so we're getting down to the last couple of minutes. I want to do a wrap up, but I want to challenge anyone. If you're listening to this right now, if you own a business, if you own a website, if you own a Google business profile and you have the ability to get into it, go log into it right now and update something. Add some pictures, add some service descriptions, make sure that your hours are updated and correct, add some services, maybe update some of the descriptions, but get in there.
You can make posts too, can't you? You can just do like almost like a little blog on your Google business profile, or like a wall, kind of like your feed. Make something on that,
Go do something on your Google business profile right now. Make it a goal. Set an alarm. Next time you're listening to Lunch with the Boys, do another post. Go back to your Google business profile. Turn it into a habit of when you listen to us, you go to your Google business profile and you update something. You go to your website and you double check your metadata and you do a little edit. Make one little change to show Google that you're in there and you're looking at your website.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that over the next couple of months while you're listening to us, you're going to rank better. I promise. I don't think that there is any way that you could rank worse, unless AI takes over, which, hey, if AI takes over and kills all of our search, then that's how it is. But I've been doing some research.
That's the way it's got to be. And who knows? It might.
Well, and I've been doing research specifically on AI for local search, and like local search isn't that badly affected. You're still showing up. AI is still being a little bit wonky with actual like attribution to local places, but it's not affecting local as much as people have expected. At least that's what I'm reading.
That's good. I like that was like a big concern. Like, there's also a part of me that's like hurt. It could also help in the long run. It might make it a little bit easier to target, like making AI kind of like target you once we know a little bit more on what it's looking for, you know?
Well, exactly. And it's figuring out what it looks for. And that's so I don't know. I know with Google, Google will tell us, or Google knows what its own algorithm is. Google doesn't want to share that with us. At the same time, I don't know that most AI companies know what it's getting pulled and why. I
Yeah.
don't think they can tell us exactly what AI is pulling and what we should do to rank better for AI. And maybe that's good in all honesty. Like SEOs in general, like if I want my website to rank better, I want to provide a better service. The whole reason that search engine optimization exists is because the better services should rank higher. That's the whole point. If you provide the best service, you should be number one. And so working towards that is a good goal, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I think SEOs and optimizations are always going to exist when the goal is to get customers and there's money on the line.
Yeah, it's just going to be evolving. Like you're always going to need to optimize your business in some way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
It's just what that means, what that looks like is always going to be changing because yeah, it's like optimizing it for Google search versus optimizing it for Google's AI, you know, and like those may not be the same things. You know, those could end up
Yeah.
being very different things that you might have to do both. And it'll be interesting to see if like we hit a spot where it's almost like making a choice. You know,
Yeah.
it's
And
like,
that's,
would I rather rank where the AI tells it? Because like I also know I skip over the AI results. You
yeah.
know, every time I search something, I don't go with what the AI tells me at the top. I go down to like the actual first results. And so I wouldn't want to target that Google AI if I don't have to.
Yeah. And it completely depends on what you're targeting, who your audience is. I think when we get into it a little bit, like pull the camera back, if you're part of the older generation, you're looking at targeting older people, AI is not going to be your first target. You shouldn't be going at AI.
Right.
But if you're going after, 20 somethings, you should probably be using AI and
Yeah.
be AI forward and be ready for it because they
Tar-
are using AI to search.
Target demographics is always going to be that secret key, like king of like deciding what you're going to do. Your
Yeah.
marketing strategy revolves around your target demographic, and so knowing them is always going to point you in the direction that you need to go.
Yeah. And I have a couple of stats here. I want to end off on a couple of different stats. So, voice search. Do you voice search at all?
No,
I've never once voice search. Apparently, uh, 58% of local searches are done using voice.
so sometimes I will like I don't know if this is pulling from Google or what it pulls from, but I will like use my Siri on my phone.
Mm,
I've done that before, been like, hey, like find tacos near me or something like that, you know?
yeah,
But normally
that's
I'm just jumping to Google and I'm typing it in. But
that's
like I've
voice
done it,
search.
yeah. But like like I don't know what it's pulling from. I don't know if that's pulling from Google. I don't know if that's pulling from, like
Well,
whatever Apple wants to use for their search engine
I was
for
going to
whatever
say
they
if you're
have for
using Siri, it
Safari.
might be Apple Maps, which is
Yeah.
the fascinating part. But it all depends. Regardless, I don't use voice search at all. I don't
It's
talk into
rare.
my
I,
phone.
I like I gave an example, but it's like maybe once or twice that I've ever done that.
Yeah. But apparently a lot of people do voice search. So you want to make sure that you're showing up. If people are going to like voice search something, you want to make sure you're showing up there. Got a comment here every once in a while when
Hey,
I'm on a walk with my dogs. Sometimes your hands are full and you got to voice search. Like it's a thing. A
you
lot
got to
of
think
people
about
will
Joe.
do it.
You got to think we also got a lot of Joes in this world.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
Joe,
that more than anything else.
yeah, like and and like I don't want to like call out old people, but like I see old people talking to their phones all the time, and so they probably do voice. Like I think my mom, like now that I'm talking about it, I feel like she does voice searches.
Oh,
I don't think she'll do the
100%.
search.
And I know, like for example, my partner's dad is dyslexic, and so he does all of his searches voice because he doesn't want to type. He doesn't want to
Yeah,
deal with it. And I know that that is it's a general mindset. So if someone's going to be googling tacos near me, they're not typing in tacos near me. They're saying, hey, tacos nearby, tacos. Where can I get tacos? that type of voice search. So be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Another stat, 46% of all Google searches are local searches, which I think that's crazy. Then again,
So like, are these like only pertaining to like business or like obviously like this?
Yeah,
is only
you immediately want to dive into like where'd you get these stats? And I'll be real, not 100% sure. I can pull it up. I've got like
but
the
I'm saying
resource here.
like are these searches like only like these are only numbers talking about when someone is searching for like a business intent? You know what I'm saying? Like obviously someone might search like why is the sky blue, and that shouldn't weigh into the 50% of searches are local. You know, like
Well, and so I assume that Google has a difference between local search and for like national search and general search. Because if you're searching for local, then generally you're getting a maps listing or a snack pack. So my idea is 46% of Google searches have a snack pack.
Gotcha.
That's what I would break it down as. I don't know if that's true.
So, but
It's
like,
definitely
yeah, but
something
I
to dive
guess like
into.
what I'm saying is like there's so many of them that just don't even pertain to like whether or not they're local or they're national, because like it's not about like a business location, right? Like people use Google for things that aren't finding companies, you know, like you can use Google to like find information, you know, and like in those types of searches, like I got a bunch of people like I'll look up images, I'll like search like the fuck Gojo.
So what you're getting at
You
is
know?
what constitutes a local search, and I'm saying what constitutes a local search is a snack pack. If it has a snack pack, that's local. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so like if I'm searching for images, if I'm like I want a picture of BoJack Horseman,
And it
like
pops up with
that
a
would
snack pack, it counts as a local search.
okay, but if it doesn't, then it's not a
That would be my assumption on what a local search is,
okay,
because when you search for local, you want a snack pack. Like
yeah,
and when
I
I
get you
refer
on
to the
that.
snack pack for everyone listening here, a snack pack is when you Google something and it has business listings at the top, not sponsored, but like a maps listing and it lists them nearby.
Yeah,
So when you're searching locally, you want the Google business profile maps listing. You want to see that snack pack and you want to rank highly when you're a service-based business or a local business in that snack pack. So therefore, I would have to assume that when Google says, hey, 46% of searches are local, 46% of searches come up with a snack pack. It doesn't care what you're Googling, it doesn't care what you're searching. It's Google recognizes it as local and gives you a snack pack.
I feel you.
That's my assumption. Now, I don't know that that's true. Don't quote me, but that
Yeah,
makes logical sense.
so I think where I was looking at it, so like Google has intent. Like when you search something, Google applies like intent to it. So
Mhm.
like when you look at like SEMrush and stuff like that, and you look up keywords, it will tell you what the intent is behind that keyword, be it like
Yeah,
transactional, informational, stuff like
commercial.
that. And so
Yep.
like I wasn't sure if like when you start thinking like when it tells you like 100 like 50% of the searches are location and 50% aren't are local and 50% aren't. I know I just said numbers, but like I'm like, is that only considering if it was like intent of looking for business? You know what I'm saying? Because like there are so many Google searches that have nothing to do with finding a company, finding a business. And I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like that they can still be local or not, you know, it's how Google's considering it. I just am wondering if that statistic is taken from like only searches meant for like looking for businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so I can
Transactional
get into
searches
it, but
or
it's 40. Literally it reads 46% of all Google searches are local.
so it
All
does say
Google
all.
searches, every single Google search ever, 46% of them show a snack pack.
That's
That's how
interesting.
I'm reading this. I don't know if that's true. I'm gonna look it up after this. You can
Yeah,
100%
yeah.
bet. I've got the sources. I've got the link here. I just don't have the.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
like,
gonna
and
sit
I'm
here and
not sitting
read.
here like, and I want you to know, I'm not
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
here trying to be like, here's holes I'm poking in it.
Well,
I'm
no,
just
no, no. You want
expressing
the
like
actual
I'm
like
curious
information.
about like, yeah, where they're getting the numbers from, if the numbers truly are all. But yeah,
I'm like,
but,
I'm like gonna go find this.
yeah, breaking down like almost more interesting to me than numbers is breaking down where numbers come from.
Well, and
You know?
it's important to recognize where the numbers come from, because numbers are always fun, but you can make numbers say almost anything that you want them to
Yeah,
say. It's
exactly.
more so understanding the thought process behind them. And the thought process behind these numbers are a lot of people search local. You
Yeah.
want to show up locally. You want to focus on local search, and local search is different than national search. Now, Google is never going to tell you how it does that. It's not. It's not going to tell you that this is how you show up locally. This is, if you want to rank better, do this. They're going to lie about their signals to your face because that's what they've done for like 20 years. Dude, if I had $1 for every time Google just flat out lied to you about how they rank and how their system works,
It's crazy.
I'd have a lot of money.
Yeah,
But
and I think I don't remember what it was. The guy I was talking to at my gig told me that they just changed something too. So I wonder if they're being true about it. I'd have to remind myself what it was.
oh,
But
I am. They're always changing things. They're always updating. The AI stuff is what's going to be the most impactful, I feel like, because
yeah,
they're transitioning away from like actual search results to AI results.
yeah,
Crazy.
scary.
But hey,
It's almost scary, but also like it's scary and exciting to me. I know AI kind of scares you a good amount.
well,
Uh,
it's not even necessarily that it's scary. It's just like, hey, things change. The world's going crazy.
yeah, I guess it's the videos you don't like.
There are people in positions of power that I don't necessarily trust to be in positions of power who have the ability to use modern technology in ways that we can't understand at our level.
Yeah,
So when, for example, Sam Altman says use my image for all of your fake video needs, and now we can never trust another video we see of Sam Altman again in our entire lives because everyone and their mother has made a fake AI video of him, and so
yeah.
therefore we can't know if any video we ever see of him is real. That's dystopian. That's scary to me. But realistically, is there any real impact on that? No, not yet.
Not
It's
yet.
the idea that it could impact us in the future,
Yeah,
that there
I,
are problems
I'm
possibly
waiting for
down the
like an AI video of like a fake assassination to like kickstart a war or something, and it's gonna be like, oh no.
Oh, they came out with so the whole Bad Bunny Coca-Cola thing, right? We talked about that, I think.
No, I don't think we have.
So they came out with an AI video of Coca-Cola denouncing the NFL Super Bowl show and saying that they were going to split ways if Bad Bunny like performed. Fake, all wrong, just completely fake news. But it was promoted by a bunch of alt right wing like news sources as
Like
being
that
facts.
that's the worst part is like there's gonna be so much like and like this like alt right left any side whatever you want like far
Any
enough to either
political,
side,
I
people are
don't
just
care.
going like they'll look at it and they'll go this is fake, but it pushes my message, so I'm gonna talk about it like it's real, like, and they
Yeah.
won't care, and that's the terrifying part.
Well, and it's the reporting on things before actually fact checking. So like that Coke thing was all over. I personally saw it on multiple different Facebook pages, and those pages had 10, 20, 30, 100,000 people on them. And these people are getting pushed, and the thing is, it wasn't just like, oh, this is my one post and here's our correction. It was, there were 8 posts, 1 an hour all day long, each
Nice.
one of them with slightly altered AI copy of the same thing with slightly altered AI images of the exact same people just put side by side. Like every single hour for 8 hours straight, the same post just regurgitated with different ways so that they could be shared in different circles. And it's
That's
crazy.
wild.
But
Welcome to the future.
anyways, that type of stuff, that's what AI gets me a little bit whatever. AI solving problems, I'm kind of here for.
Yeah, but I made that cute video of you being a cat at your computer yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Cute cat videos. I'm here for cute. But then again, cats are just cute. We don't need to have AI make cute cat
Yeah,
videos for us.
there was also that cat image that I sent you that wasn't cute. Like that was like the AI Loki. That was just like, what is going on with that? That's a monster.
Oh my goodness. But anyways, if you're a small business owner and you are interested in ranking higher on Google, if you are interested in getting more customers into your door, come check us out at goodrep.media. My name is Cody. This is Jordan. We are a small business marketing agency. We work for goodrep.media. If you want to schedule a free 30-minute audit, come click this link or enter it in your chat. I do a free 30-minute conversation. I do some consulting. I do some chatting. I let you know where you could, hit some low-hanging fruit. Kind of this whole podcast, really. So if you want to start with this, jump through all these hoops. And then after that, hop in. We'll chat specifically about your site and what we can do. But hey, it's been lunch with the boys. Just as a heads up, next week noon on the Joey Matterhorn channel, it's going to be Jordan and Eric Veda chatting about something.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about shit, dude. We're just gonna
It's gonna be
vibe.
awful.
It's gonna be a
I'm
good
gonna be
time.
out. You're
Come
not
on
gonna
in,
see
it'll
me
be the
next week.
coolest one. Yeah, it's gonna be the most off the. We're not even gonna have rails. There's gonna be no rails. We're just gonna talk about things. We're gonna talk about his music. We're gonna talk about D&D. We're gonna talk about World of Warcraft. We're gonna talk about everything but marketing. If you don't care about marketing, next week is the time to tune in. I
Well, you
get
heard
an
it here
hour. I
first.
get an hour of just talking. That's
An
what I
hour
get.
of just talking. Come join us next week. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next time.